Britney Spears was the pop sensation of the 90s and noughties, but since 2008, she's been under a court-appointed conservatorship in the wake of mental health struggles.
And now, for the very first time, Britney Spears has accused her father and the conservatorship that manages her affairs of treating her, quotes, like a slave.
The singer told a Californian judge during yesterday's hearing that she was not allowed to remove her IUD, that she was forced to take medication. It's really shocking, isn't it, Liam? And she's 39, which, you know, you sort of, you look at her now, she's been part of our...
Oh yeah,
your sort of lives forever, hasn't
soundtrack
she?
of our, not quite of our youth, but certainly
like early 20s. Early 20s.
And she's 39 now, as you say. She's been under this conservatorship since she was 25, 26 years old, where the court deemed her, due to mental health issues, of being incapable of managing her own financial affairs. So then her father took it over, and she seems to have fallen out with her father now, and she doesn't want to keep working as hard as her father apparently thinks that she should be working.
And this has led to the whole sort of Free Britney hashtag and movement and campaign. Joining us to shed some more light on this story is entertainment broadcaster Sam Dowler. Hi, Sam.
Hi there, how are you?
Good. Just explain the sort of nuts and bolts of what's at stake here and where it goes.
So basically, the Free Britney movement, this is sort of like a revelation for them, because she hasn't spoken publicly about this at all, about her conservatorship at all. And this is something that would normally be for the elderly, the infirms, people that wouldn't be able to handle their own finances or their own affairs. And so this is the first time she's actually spoken out about it. So I've listened to the whole 25-minute... It's almost a tirade, really. The things that she says are extremely explosive, and she is asking officially for the whole conservatorship to be removed. She says that they forced her to take lithium. She says that it was akin to sex trafficking, and that her father enjoyed the whole thing.
Now, she's a mum of two, and she did want another baby, so she wanted to remove that contraceptive device, as we said. But she's saying that she wasn't allowed. I feel ganged up on, I feel bullied, I feel left out and alone, she told the court. I deserve to have the same rights as anybody else by having another child, a family, any of those things. Now, previously on Instagram and so on, she's been saying, I'm okay, everything's fine. But now she says, I've been in denial, I've been in shock, I'm traumatised, I'm not happy, I can't sleep, I'm so angry, it's insane. Now, some people will think, you're a pop star, you're a multi-millionaire, what's the problem? But then other people will think, this is outrageous, she is being enslaved.
Well, it goes against a lot of the things that a conservatorship is about. You can't incarcerate somebody. She says she was taken to facilities against her will. You can't make them have like drugs that they don't want. If they want to have a baby, you're not allowed to stop them. They're crazy allegations, but it's because she has been saying for many years that she's been fine. She's now saying that she was lying that whole time, and it plays into the whole Free Britney movement that they've been waiting for her to say this, because they've been saying, oh, this is what's happening, and people just, cast them off as lunatics, when in fact it seems they were right all along.
Is it possible that she is so unwell that actually the conservatorship is the most responsible thing to do for her own safety? Is there a case for that?
It is strange. Like, obviously, I don't know the legal ins and outs because I'm not a lawyer, but I have listened to lawyers speak on it today, and it's just to listen to her speak. I mean, she does sound nervous, but she is quite eloquent. She speaks very quickly because obviously she's worried. She hasn't been able to speak like this. She slates her entire family, and even I actually saw her live in 2018, and I met her in 2016, and you can tell when someone's, they're not there, they're not into it. She was you know, defensive, and she just like she wasn't into it, and like all through this whole time she was saying that she was forced into doing these things, into doing these residencies, into working like 10-hour days like every day with no break. I mean, I'm sure some of it is her anger, but I'm sure a lot of it is true.
What's your instinct, Sam? What do you think will happen here? Do you think the so-called conservatorship will be removed as a result of this pretty explosive testimony? Certainly the interest it's generating around the world will surely put pressure, moral pressure, on her father.
Well, as I said, the Free Britney movement, I mean, you get, you know, these pockets of people all around the world that stand there with placards, and, you know, and there is a sense of mockery that people have when they look at them. But now that she has actually spoken, there's, yeah, like you say, like moral wise, I mean, the things that she says about her father, like, are really quite terrible. And now that they are out in the open, I would think it would be very difficult for a judge not to consider what she says extremely seriously, because it just puts everything into perspective, and you can't, and there's no way you can say, oh, she's so hopped up on drugs that she doesn't know what she's talking about now, even when she's just spoken quite eloquently for 25 minutes. So it puts the whole thing in disarray.
Sam Dowler, entertainment broadcaster, thanks a lot for joining us on GB News.
I've got a Britney Spears story which I might tell you later.
Thanks for having me.